Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Waijia from My Brother SG. As many of you know, My Brother SG is a nationwide ground-up effort of non-profit organizations, migrant workers, health institutions and government authorities all coming together for one reason, and that is the well-being of our migrant brothers in Singapore. The past 18 months has been very difficult, and yet our migrant workers are not forgotten. Today, we have an exclusive interview with Minister Tan See Leng to share with us what hope looks like on the horizon. So thank you so much, Minister Tan, for joining us on this exclusive interview. It's really such a privilege to have you here with us. So today, we are just so excited to hear about the wonderful news that migrant workers can now, return to the community. And I wanted to ask you a couple of questions on behalf of, many people as well as our migrant workers who are so excited about this. So why do you think now is a good time to pilot community visits for migrant brothers?
Well, Waijia, first, it's a pleasure to have this interview with you. Wow. I've always been looking for a safe window.
Yes.
The milestone came when we hit more than 90% vaccination in all of our dormitories. Mm-hmm. And that was a very, very good milestone.
Indeed.
And of course then, with the Delta variant coming in, we were not sort of sure as to whether the vaccination was effective against the Delta variant.
Right.
And so again, we sort of decided that out of an abundance of caution, let's see whether we have data to see when some of the migrant workers, if they do get infected with the Delta variant, those who are vaccinated, what would be their outcomes?
Right.
And after following up for a couple of weeks, we realized that actually the bulk of them, in fact all of them, they were very mild symptomatic, mild symptoms or they were all asymptomatic, that means there were no symptoms whatsoever. That was when the confidence came and it built up to this level. That's why last week we decided that let's start with this pilot. We had a very controlled itinerary, and we also make sure that all the so-called the safety, the bus and so on were all taken care of. And then we even tied up with the temples, the mosque, the church, all the religious places of worship, and to places where they would like to visit, like the restaurants, the shops, and so on. We had it all tied up before we started the pilot. So it took time, it took a lot of planning, and hence with all that in place, all that multi-pronged strategy in place, that's why we decided that we were confident enough to start this pilot project.
Wow, so it sounds like you've already answered my next question actually, which is why has it taken so long? And it sounds like it's because of the variant that came in and all these so-called unexpected curveballs that you didn't expect. And besides this organized, pilot to the community, what do you think are some of the other things that our migrant brothers can look forward to? Something to give them hope and encouragement to look forward to in the near future.
I think it's something that is constantly on my mind, constantly on the minds of all of my colleagues, and that is how do we restore, normalcy back to their lives, their livelihoods and their lifestyle. We obviously still have to take a very precautionary, step in terms of but what I think they can look forward to is the increase in terms of the access to recreational centres. So I think we intend to increase the number of visits twice a week. We are also monitoring this pilot. If we are able to continue to ramp up in time, we hope that we can get more and more of them to visit the community.
That's wonderful, because I know, as you know, many of them are dying to go back to Little India or their favorite places like Mustafa and things like that. And from what I've read in the news is that currently or in time to come that there will be organized visits by NGOs bringing them to different recreation places in the community. Is that right? Let's
see how this pilot goes, and in fact I think together with STB we probably will see how we can package more sites in time to come. But I mean, we need the likes of yourself, we need all the NGOs' help.
Yes. At this point in time, do you have any words of encouragement or hope for our migrant workers? Sometimes, when I meet them, when they share with me, how much they miss their families or how much they just miss going back to Little India or to Mustafa, and they ask me, Dr. Tam, like, when can we go back? And I wanna share with them words of hope and words of encouragement. And what would you tell them at this point in time?
Regardless of what it is, that they should look at their own religion. They should look at their own. They should look at their own faith.
Right.
You know, to give them that hope, and knowing full well that the government of Singapore and all of our fellow Singaporeans, we stand with them.
Wow.
We stand with them, united with them. We will make sure that we care for them and we carry them. I think that is most important. So, no doubt, the darkest hour is just before dawn, right? But they are not standing alone in the darkness of the night. I think that's most important. So, whatever faith that they have, even if they don't have a faith, at least trust in the system, right? And the care, the concern that all of us have for them.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you so much, Minister Tan. I think this is really such a reminder that they are not alone and that we're standing with them as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.